Okay, let's get on to using the application to do teleprompting on your mobile device. So there are many ones that you can use. There's Nano Prompters, there's, well, a whole bunch of them. So the one that I'm using, and I'm going to just show you now, is one that's called Infant Teleprompter. But pretty much whether you're using Infant Teleprompter or any other teleprompter, there's certain key things that I would recommend that I use, and maybe this will assist you also in the process. So let's start off with me tapping the application. That's the little icon. So what you're seeing on the screen here now is a zoomed in version of the application. I have it, let me just show you this. So if I minimize it, it's my mobile device here. If I flip it on to, there we go. Okay, so maybe I should just leave it like that to give you indication. Okay, most teleprompters, I'm going to go down to the cog at the bottom. So this is the premium version. You have the settings like this. This is in landscape version. So if you flip it across, if you flip this across, you're going to get all the other settings. If it's in portrait, all the settings appear in one dialog. Okay, key thing here is the size. And I'm not looking straight at you now because I'm actually looking at the screen here, but I'll show you where one should look when you use the teleprompter. I'm just looking at the dials. So your size, your speed are two crucial things. And the third one I would say is the ability to move this dialog box to spaces. Now we're using this on a mobile application, so we're not using it as the conventional teleprompter where you've got to mirror it lying in a 45-degree glass. You're actually using it on the screen like you're seeing it here. So let me just close this down. This little area I'm going to drag across, and I'm going to tell you what I do with it. Okay, so it might vary to what other people recommend. I just do this because this works for me. The key thing is this dialog box that you must be able to move there. The second thing is the sizing of this dialog box. Now, the more we bring it right across the screen, the more we're going to start reading at the position of where the camera is, which I'm looking at now, and it's usually on the edge of the phone. If you are using a tablet and it's in the middle, you'll of course adjust it accordingly. But my cameras are on the edge of the phone on this side. So if you're going to do the actual prompting area sort of right across the phone, then when you read, you're going to go Prompter App, which allows you to read a script from A. When I'm by A here, I'm way off, I'm losing contact here. So the idea is to keep your script as close as possible to the camera, that you don't have to move across, and you read maybe 3 words on a line, and that will keep you actually looking in that same area and not swiveling the eyes. So what I do is I take the size, these were the 2 arrows here. I would then adjust it down to approximately, say, 3 words on a line. Okay, so that's what I would do. And then the next thing that I would do is make sure that I size it up to about 3 by 3. So 3 to 4 words, you can decide what you want to use. So I have 3 words, 3 lines. And the purpose of that is I have at the moment 2 cameras on the front facing, but even if you have one, I would use the same principle. The 2 cameras, I kind of have the first line would be at the level of the first camera, the second line at the level of the second camera, and then the third line below that. So as it scrolls, you're kind of looking exactly in the same areas. Your eyes are not dripping down or going far across. I can look here and I can read this without moving my eyes. Okay, now currently I am not looking exactly at the camera because this area is floating away from the camera. But I'm going to now drag it, and I'm going to try and get the first line, which is welcome to that on the first lens, the first camera area. Now if there's only one camera, then that's where you position the first one. Okay, so welcome to I can read welcome to without looking or even moving anywhere because it's close enough, it's in my field of view. So I could go welcome to the Infant Teleprompter with pretty much looking at one position. Welcome to the Infant Teleprompter. Doesn't look like I'm looking up, down, or sideways. So the key thing here is the speed, which this little man represents. Again, on other teleprompters, you'll have different settings all over. on this little call out box, these are the two dialogues that you can modify on the fly. Some other teleprompters give you a lot of other features, but for me this is ideal because I'm working with this little small box. I don't want to extend it anywhere else. So if you tap the little man, it gives you a slider for speed. You tap the letters, it gives you a slider for the size of those particular words. Now, the other thing is, if your sight is not too good, of course, you've got to adjust it accordingly. But for me, if I'm sitting, for example, this will be about where I sit and I do it. So I will be able to, from this position, read those words comfortably. I do wear spectacles, so I'll be able to see it clearer. But from here, it's even better that your eyes won't move much. You'll go, welcome to the Infant Teleprompter app, which allows, and I'm pretty much looking in that same space without even going a little bit down or sideways, because of the closer you get, the more you're going to kind of have to pan and sort of tilt as you go along. Okay, so for me, I've got that exactly positioned. Remember, I go 3 to maximum 4 words across and 3 lines. And then you fiddle with the speed. So if I test the speed, I'm going to go like, let's see, welcome to the Infant Teleprompter app, which allows you to read a script from a teleprompter while recording yourself. The app has no limitations on the script length. You see, I'm kind of reading the top line, and sort of if you see that you're going a bit too fast, you slow it down a bit, or you're going too slow, you speed it up a bit, but get the momentum, the timing of the line going. So I've been able to work it out relatively well for me now. Okay, I'm going to just stop that. To start the recording, this particular app has its own record camera in it. With others, they can create an overlay of this template, and you use the built-in cameras, and you can have a choice of that. For me, this works perfectly. The camera quality is phenomenal, so I'm okay with that. Okay, and that little X that's in front of the welcome will disappear. That's just for editing when you're getting things ready. So I press the record button. There we're getting ready, so it will go welcome. Here we go. Welcome to the Infant Teleprompter app, which allows you to read a script from a teleprompter while recording yourself. The app has no limitations on script length. This app makes use of high definition camera and quality microphone, while still ensuring that you have perfect words and you are looking directly into the camera all the time. You can use this app as a widget mode of your live stream video. It's totally free, and you can download it from the App Store. I know I'm ad-libbing there, but sometimes I do that in the thing. Or you could just be disciplined and read it. But there I've been reading it off that teleprompter, and let's see. I haven't looked at the major screen to see it, but guaranteed it would look like I am busy reading it directly into the camera. And the beauty of this is wherever you move, your teleprompter goes. There's no manual constructions and mirrors and one-ways or all that sort of stuff. Fantastic.